Andre, how would you rate Bika's punching power against some of the other guys you fought? And were you surprised with the fact that he'd only fought like 5 rounds in 3 years, that he had so much stamina to the end?
He was tired in there. He was tired, you know, but at the same time, he's a guy that'll put his head down and swing for the fences. So, you know, it's a catch-22. You can't just run in there and disregard defense. You know, I tried to keep my eyes on him, and I purposely stood in the pocket and let him throw wild shots and tried to counter. Sometimes I was more effective than other times. But he was tired. He was definitely tired. But again, he'll put his head down and he'll swing. So you have to be alert at all times. And we were aware of the fact that, you know, he had only been, 5 rounds in the last couple of years. But at the end of the day, you know, he's a veteran. He knows how to go to rounds. He has a great coach. And, you know, this is his third opportunity for a world title, so he was going to try to, give everything he could. But I felt like, after the first couple rounds, I loosened up a little bit and I was pressing the action. At the same time, just trying to put smart pressure on him. A situation like Jadon Codrington and Bika, it's 50-50. Both guys' feet are in quicksand. They're standing there and swinging. And it's 50-50. You might catch me, I might catch you. And I wasn't trying to make it that easy for him, because that's what he likes. So I knew he was tired, but he knows how to fight. He's not just going to lay down because he's tired. So he was winded, but again, he knows how to lay traps, and I just had to be smart. But, I have no shame in saying I'm a work in progress. This is what it's about, but I'm just pleased that I can continue to win while I'm progressing.
Andre, in the lead up to the fight, I know you talked about expecting Bika to come out swinging, as you just mentioned, the Codrington fight. Did his style surprise you that he came out roughhousing from the get-go, or did you expect to have to make the adjustment that early?
No, I knew what he was going to do. I mean, this is not a put down, but that's all Bika can do. That's what he's been doing the last, 6, 7, 8 years. Every fight that I saw, he's taken what he has and he's tried to make the most of it. He's going to put his head down, he's going to swing, he's going to throw wild shots, and he's very tough. So we knew what he was going to bring, We figured that was his game plan, and I don't know how it looked to you guys, but I felt like I was a stronger man. He's definitely strong, but I don't think he pushed me around and just had his way with me physically. I felt like I was a stronger man, but at the same time, just tried to be smart and put smart pressure on him and just try to, do my work, but at the same time being cognizant of his wild shots.
Yeah, so G, congratulations, Dan Plasma. Did he hurt you at any time?
No.
When did you decide what your strategy was against such a physical fighter?
It evolved about 50 times from the time we start training camp until that final bell rings. It evolved several times during the fight. Sometimes your coach is telling you something, and in the back of your mind you're saying, that ain't gonna work. I gotta do this, or I gotta do something else. So it just kind of slowly evolved from round to round.
Did you feel like you had to physically beat him up to kind of mentally take the momentum away from him?
Well, I wanted to mentally stay on top. I always want to mentally stay on top. But I felt like I was a stronger man. But at the same time, he's very strong too. And the type of fighter he is, I could have made it an easier fight, like maybe Butte did. But it's in me to fight. I can box, but I like to be aggressive. And taking nothing away from Butte, he put on a great performance when he fought him. But he's more content with moving and boxing and staying away, and sometimes I want to mix it up.
Going forward, SOG, will you have the skill and kind of like the mental flexibility to take out a guy like this who's very difficult later rounds?
I hope so.
Andre, that's underestimating when you said you like to fight. You love to fight, and that's why the fans were going nuts tonight.
At what point during the fight did you feel like you were able to start controlling the ring and start controlling the fight? And how did your knee hold up?
My knee is fine. I have zero problem with my knee. It feels strong. Did it look like it was okay? Okay. Yeah, it felt fine. I felt like, probably around 5 and 6, I started, being able to walk him down a little bit. And, I noticed in Bika's fights that, he'll try to rest early in the round. He'll try to bluff you, and I knew that from the early rounds, I could tell that Ronnie Shield's game plan was for him to try to come behind a strong double jab and I was getting under the double jab, but then he would tie me up, and then I'd try to maneuver. So at times the fight was ugly, but at the end of the day, man, I may not be the prettiest fighter, I may not be the most flashy, but I just want to be the guy that can get it done. And at the end of the day, that's what matters in this sport. It's about winning, because you can look great, you can look flashy, and if you lose, people are not trying to, they're not trying to hear it. So this sport is about winning. This sport is about advancing, and I've done that. I thank God that we've been able to do that against all odds. Nobody gave us a shot to get this far. I'm gonna continue to stay humble. I'm gonna continue to work hard. I never said I was the greatest. I'll probably never say that. I'm just striving for greatness, and these are the kind of fights that get you there.
Can I say it, Andre?
He wanted a great. How will you?